Hey everyone, welcome back. It's February 2026, and one of the most common questions I get is how much cash should I actually keep on hand? Not invested, not in stocks or real estate, just liquid cash or cash equivalents that you can access quickly without penalties or big losses. The short answer most people hear is 3 to 6 months of expenses in an emergency fund. That's the classic rule from experts like Dave Ramsey, Fidelity, NerdWallet, Bankrate, and pretty much every financial site out there. But in 2026, with inflation at 2.7% year over year as of December 2025 data, high yield savings rates still hanging around 4 to 5%, and economic uncertainty from job shifts, AI disruption, and sticky costs like rent and healthcare, the right amount isn't one size fits all anymore. Today, we're breaking it down realistically. What the experts still recommend, why 3 to 6 months is the baseline for most, when you should aim higher like 9 to 12 months or even 2 years, when less is okay, where to actually keep that cash so it's not losing value, and a simple way to calculate your personal number this week. By the end, you'll have a clear target that fits your life, not just generic advice. Let's start with the standard recommendation. Almost every major source in 2026 still says 3 to 6 months of essential living expenses. Bankrate's 2026 Emergency Savings Report, released in January, confirms experts commonly recommend 3 to 6 months. NerdWallet, Chase, TIAA, Fidelity, USAA, Wells Fargo all echo the same. 3 months if you're single with a stable job, 6 months if you have dependents, a mortgage, or variable income. Why 3 to 6? It covers the average length of unemployment spells, unexpected medical bills, car repairs, or sudden job loss. Bankrate's latest data shows only 46% of Americans have enough to cover 3 months, and just 27% hit 6 months. 24% have zero emergency savings. That means most people are one crisis away from debt or hardship. But 3 to 6 isn't magic, it's a guideline. Your number depends on your situation. If you're single, no kids, dual income household, stable job in a high demand field, 3 months might be plenty. Fidelity suggests starting with $1,000 as a mini fund, then building to 3 months for low risk folks. If you're the sole earner, have kids, own a home, or work in a volatile industry like tech, freelancing, or commission sales, 6 months or more makes sense. TIAA recommends 9 months if your income fluctuates seasonally. For retirees or those nearing retirement, some advisors like T. Rowe Price and the Motley Fool suggest 1 to 2 years of expenses in cash or short term safe assets to avoid selling stocks during a market dip. In 2026, add these factors. Job market. Layoffs in tech and certain sectors are still happening. If your role is at risk, lean towards 6 to 9 months. Health and family. Unexpected medical costs average thousands. If you have chronic conditions or dependents, buffer higher. Inflation and costs. Shelter up 3.2%, food 3.1% last year. Your monthly expenses likely rose, so recalculate your fund based on current spending, not last year's. High yield rates. Cash isn't dead money anymore. Top high yield savings accounts are paying 4 to 5% APY as of late January 2026. Varo and Adelphi at 5%, Newtek at 4.35%, OpenBank at 4.2%, VioBank at 4.02%. That beats inflation's 2.7%, so your emergency fund can actually grow a bit while sitting there. Where to keep it? Not in a traditional savings account paying 0.4 to 0.6%. Move it to a high yield online account, FDIC insured, same safety, easy transfers. Keep it liquid. No CDs or bonds for the core emergency portion unless you ladder short term ones for slightly higher locked rates. Beyond the emergency fund, how much extra cash? For non emergency short term needs like a home down payment in 1 to 3 years or a big trip, keep that in high yield or short term treasuries around 3 to 4%. For long term investing, minimize cash drag. Most portfolios should be 5 to 10% cash max. enough for opportunities or rebalancing, not more. Average American stats in 2026 aren't great. Empower research shows median emergency savings around $500 overall, with Gen Z at 400, millennials at 3,000, Gen X at 5,000, boomers higher. That's far below the 3 to 6 month target. So here's how to calculate your real number in 2026. Step 1. Track your essential monthly expenses, not wants, rent or mortgage, utilities, groceries, transport, insurance, minimum debt payments, childcare. Ignore dining out or subscriptions you can cut. Let's say it's $4,000 a month. Step 2. Multiply by your target months. 3 months equals $12,000, 6 months equals $24,000. Adjust up if high risk job or family, down if super stable. Step 3. Add a buffer for inflation. If expenses rise 3% yearly, round up 10 to 20% for safety. Step 4. Place it right. High yield savings at 4 to 5%. Split if over FDIC limits. 250,000 per account per bank. Step 5. Build or top it up. Start small. $1,000 mini fund first, then automate transfers. Use windfalls like tax refunds or bonuses. In 2026, cash isn't about hoarding, it's about security without losing to inflation. 3 to 6 months is still the sweet spot for most working people. Less risk, stress, and debt. More than 12 months usually means missed growth unless you're retired or ultra cautious. If this helped you rethink your cash position, hit like, subscribe, and comment. How many months do you currently have saved, and what's your target for 2026? I read everyone. Thanks for watching. Build that safety net smartly this year. See you next time.